guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katie and I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4. I also run the budget shop Purple Glimmer Budgets, which is where you're going to find a lot of the products that I use in my videos. You can find my shop on Etsy or also my website PurpleGlimmerBudgets.com. My husband and I have journeyed to pay off a lot of our high interest debt using the cash stuffing method as a way to control our expenses. If this is something you'd like to follow along with, just keep watching. Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be stuffing my month ahead binder. I'm going to need to be starting from scratch. I completed this binder earlier this year. However, we did have to use it when my husband lost his permanent job for 6 months. So I'm going to be starting it from scratch. I have $105 here. So I'm going to go ahead and count this, and then I'm going to need to reset this binder. So let's get this counting out of the way first. So there should be $105 here. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 55, 65, 75, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. So how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. I did just post, it should be considered last week after I put this up, a video of the exciting news about my husband getting a new job. So if you want to see some details on that, as well as what we did for the 6 months without him having a permanent role, definitely go back and watch that video. I had a lot of fun filming it, and I'm super excited to announce that information to you guys. So I need to get back to stuffing my month ahead binder. So as you can see, all these trackers are still filled out from the last time. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe these clean. I'm going to leave these denominations or these values up here for now. I did mention in my cash stuffing that's going to be going up later this week, which I filmed already. Hold on one second. I realized that one cotton pad just wasn't going to do it, so I went and grabbed some more. Hopefully that marker doesn't end up staining my tabletop. Let's go ahead and throw this away. And I'm just going to use a clean one. I thought I would kind of take you guys along as I'm clearing off these trackers, just to kind of show you guys what I use to clear these off. I did have a customer who got some of my erasable trackers not too long ago, and she had problems with it. So I just wanted to kind of show that they do in fact rub off without any problem. What I do is I use Sharpie markers. You guys see me use them all the time in here. And then this is just some isopropyl alcohol, and it comes off really nicely. There is a little bit of hints of some, but if you just go scrub in there really well, it cleans up pretty nice. So here you can see, nice and clean. It still has the 40 there. I'm going to go ahead and clean these off and probably speed through this so that way you guys don't have to watch me. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my markers a little bit, and then I ended up taking off the denominations for 2 of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and write them in. I'm probably going to redo the denominations when I get a chance. For now, I'm just going to keep them as is, and then we will get them adjusted next time, and then I will just catch the trackers up with additional savings off camera and kind of go from there. I'm pretty sure that these are the categories I want to stick with. I just kind of wanted to get back to it before it took too long for me to get back into it. So if I need to adjust, I will definitely adjust. So this binder is my light purple Alana binder in my classic silver rings. I do have a Alana Nora collection, and that is my dark purple binder, but for now I'm sticking with my light purple. And then this has my double pocket tabbed envelopes, so we are going to stick with this setup. And then I also have my dice tower that I custom designed. I think this is my first iteration because I have a whole entire stack of like dice towers that were like oops dice towers, and that's just kind of what I am working with right now. I think what happened in the one that I'm selling currently on is I dropped this middle part down a little bit to make the fence a little bit higher, so that way the dice doesn't jump out as bad. And I realized I don't have a dice, so let me go ahead and grab one. So there's the dice. And if you've never seen this series before, you might be thinking, Katie, why do you need a dice? Because I like to add a little extra fun when it comes to my saving stuff. And I like to roll the dice and have it tell me where I am going to save all the money. I'm going to move these markers out of my way so that way they don't take up a lot of room. Move the dice tower over there, and I'm going to undo all of the different envelopes. And then what I do is I just kind of lay them out, and then I determine what's 1, what's 6, and then we go from there, and whatever the dice tells me to, I will put the savings into that envelope. Again, it's just kind of a way to mix up my savings a little bit and make savings fun. So again, this is custom designed by me. I saw Izzy made one from Izzy Budgets, and I loved hers, but I wanted to kind of put my own little spin on it. So it's a lot chunkier than hers. Hers is 3 dice high and mine's only 2, and it's the dice are a little bit fatter and like it's a little bit short. I mean, let me grab hers and I can just show you. Okay, so here's her dice tower, and I saw this on Instagram and I absolutely like fell in love with it. And then I reached out to her and I got her blessing to make this and sell this. So hers is 3 dice high, and they're just a 6-sided dice, and then the fence is 6-sided dice, and then it has her logo right in there. And so I loved it. And then I just wanted to kind of put my spin on things. Also, you can probably see inside hers a little bit. If you look deep down into it, you can see a bunch of dice there and then down there, and that's what kind of agitates the dice around. I kind of did the same thing within mine. Let me see. Mine's a dark color, so it's hard to see. Hold on. Let me see if you can kind of see it. Yeah, it looks like the red shows it off a little bit. If you look right straight down there, you can see a little bit of dice peeking out, and then there's some peeking out in there. And then the little twist that I put in mine is I have my rock, paper, scissors dice. If you look at my game challenges that I sell in my shop, I do have some rock, paper, scissors dice, so I wanted to kind of include that as my little spin on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a 6-sided dice, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to put the cash there. Also, to kind of make it a little bit more random, I like to randomly shuffle some of the money. So that's what I'm doing right here. Just kind of making it more random on what is going where. So throw some singles there, 5, and then singles, 1s, there we go. So the cash seems pretty jumbled up. And then we will start rolling. Now, the dice can jump a little bit, so like what I like to do is kind of put my hand there. So it is 6, so the top is the 6, and then another 6, and then a 4, 4, 1, a 3, a 1, a 5, a 4, which is up here, 3, 1, 3, come on, we need a 2, 3, 5, and that jumped out, so I'm going to roll it again, and it did it again. We move it a little bit, 6, 5, 6, 1, 3, 1, 4, we need a 2, 4, 1, 5, finally a 2, and I got a 5, which is nice, and that one ran away. 2, 1, 2, 6, 6, 2, we'll re-roll that, 2, 1, we'll re-roll that, 2, 4, then finally 5. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get this all taken care of. So let's stack these except for, nope, I went this way. There you go. And this, this, and this. Perfect. So we're just going to bring the binder back in, and then we will fill out the trackers based upon how much we saved and see if we get to mark off any of the trackers. So mortgage, I think this is actually going to end up increasing a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and increase it now. Let me just erase it completely. I'm actually going to try a different marker. I'm going to use this because I got these from online somewhere, and it's just nice because it has the fine tip, or the ultra fine tip, and then the fine tip all in one. So this way I can do both things. So I think I'm going to increase this to 50, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 50 times 50 should be 2,500, and I think that's close to what our mortgage is. Our mortgage just jumped up quite a bit because our homeowners insurance went really crazy, and so we had a major escrow shortage, which caused our escrow to be recalculated, which was fine. We knew it was happening. So our homeowners insurance renews in February, and so we had to go with state funded insurance just because we had a bunch of claims at our house over the last 5 years, and our insurance company didn't want to keep us, which was fine. So we went with state funded insurance. It's quite expensive, but it could be a lot worse. So from February until October, our mortgage company basically kind of ate the difference, and then when October rolls around, that's when our escrow gets reevaluated, and that's when they like skyrocketed our escrow. So we knew it was coming, and we're fine with it. It just is kind of a little bit of a bummer because before I was saving $2,000, and that was actually like excessive of what our mortgage is. So even bumping it up by like $10 an icon, I think this is enough to cover it all. So our mortgage ended up jumping, I think like $800 or something. Yeah, it was a lot. So let's see what we got. So we have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I don't have anything to mark off an icon, which is fine. So we'll just go ahead and keep this in here. So what I do is if I don't have enough to mark an icon, I just tuck it behind the tracker and then just move on. So I don't think we're gonna have enough for an icon here either, which is fine because I also want to see if this is right. I think it should be. So 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 24. So we're about 6 short from an icon. Now this is, so this is 1,500. So let's go ahead and write over the 30 again. And it's 1,500. I don't think our car payments have jumped since I made this tracker, so it should be fine. This is for both my husband and my car vehicle. We do have very expensive cars. Probably not the smartest thing, but it works for us. We also have 4 kids, so we need larger size vehicles. And so we both drive Explorers. We did buy them used, so they're a little bit more affordable than they could have been if we bought them new. But again, it's a little bit more than I want to be paying. But I think these will probably be one of the first cars that we've had in a while that we keep through the point of payoff. So at least that's the plan. So for car insurance, this is not just car insurance. This is going to be car insurance and life insurance. Each icon is worth 20. Let's see. So we have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I always reserve the right to kind of move money around if I want to. So I'm going to steal $2 from car payment, and I'm going to move it over here just because we are so close to being able to cross off an icon, and I want to feel some progress here. So I'm going to make the executive decision to have 20. So we have $20 here. I'm going to tuck it in the back pocket, and then we will mark off. I'm going to use the fine tip of this that we have $20 there, and then tuck the tracker back in and go on. And then let's see here. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to keep the 4 to the side because I might do some ring shuffling just to get some motivation on track with these. So we will definitely take the 10 for utilities, and then I will see if the 4 is going to stay with utilities, or if I might see if I can get an icon on one of those higher value amounts a little bit easier. So let me just erase this because that 3 looks absolutely atrocious. So I'm gonna have to revisit this as well, because honestly $3 might be too much on our cell phone, but I might also consider like look at the cell phone and look at our mortgage and kind of see, basically as long as the value of this entire binder is enough to cover these bills, I'm happy. But my husband, with his new job, one of the fun perks that he gets is that they do cell phone reimbursement. So he gets $60 a month for his cell phone, which that more than covers his cell phone. So I have to see, do we need that much? Because this is for like 150. It's because I want to say that I was already saving excess of what we needed, but again, I kind of need to like reevaluate these. I just didn't have time before I filmed this video. So 1, 2, 3. So this is 6, and then 3, that's 9. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is an even amount on the tracker. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this all with cell phone. I was tempted to try and juggle this around. I really want to get as many icons filled in today randomly as I can. So let's tuck these away, and then we will mark off 3 of those icons, and then put this in here. And then the final one is going to be internet. Of course, like the really cheap ones are the ones that I got like all kinds of bills for. So we have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let me just double check some things. So car insurance was able to mark something off. Let's see how close we are to 30. So 10, 15, 16, no, what? 10, 15, 20, 1, 2. And then 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I want to mark the 30 off for here. So let me see that I have 30 still. I'm like all jumbled all over the place. I have to get back into the routine. I had it all good down to a system before. Then I fell off the YouTube. So now it's kind of getting back into the swing. So I have 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. So let's go ahead and mark off one icon here for car payment. And then I'm going to tuck all of this cash into car payment. And then let's see what we had here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 5. I will keep everything there. So we still have 21 just towards mortgage. That's fine. And then on internet, we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then we'll tuck this with the tracker. So let's tuck this in, and then we get to mark off 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that when I fill out these trackers for like these smaller denominations, or not smaller denominations, smaller bills, I do eventually like double give spots to some of like the bigger ones. Like, so like, let's say we finish internet, then I will like take the tracker out of mortgage and I'll put that to where internet would have placed out at. So that way I'm continuously staying with the 6-sided dice. It kind of works out pretty decently that way. So anyways, that's all I have for today in my month ahead binder. I've gotten a lot of feedback that everyone loved this series, and so I wanted to bring it back. They found it motivating to try to get themselves a month ahead. I found out when my husband lost his job how very important it is to be a month ahead on certain things. Having this binder filled and completed right before he lost his job was a big blessing to us, because then it let us know that all these bills, we had the money to have them paid. A lot of other things that I did with cash stuffing was also very beneficial to us for when he lost his job, because that's kind of a big reason why it helped us get through 6 months of him being underemployed for a while. I go into a lot more details on all the different things that helped us in my last video, so if you want to go back and watch that, that's awesome. Again, thank you so much to everyone who has cheered me on during this time, supporting me through my shop, through my channel. I really appreciate that. You guys helped me out quite a bit, preventing us from having to do something that we were not looking forward to doing. So I'm just glad to be on the other side of that situation. And if you watched that video before, you'll know that he is pretty happy with his current job, and we definitely see it being a long-term opportunity for him, as long as nothing like super crazy happens. So we are really excited about that. So anyways, again, that's all I have for today. If you stay to the end, go ahead and tell me something that you are looking forward to doing this fall. Catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.